Nasdaq futures made a big move lower, seeing a move down 5% prior to the New York stock opening, seeing the Nasdaq levels go down to 20,700-ish before rebounding and rallying back to end the day still down, but not down as bad as it was early in the morning. We got back north of 21,300, so seeing the declines at about 2.8% as opposed to that 5%. Now, a lot of this came out of the technology sector, specifically in AI. We saw big name NVIDIA down about 17% today, lead the charge lower. But again, ultimately seeing calmer heads prevail and seeing equities across the board, which were lower, rally off those lows. And while they're still down on the day, not down as low as they were prior to the New York Open. And again, seeing Nasdaq futures move lower to start out the week. Now, what does this mean for volatility? Well, if you recall, equity futures move inversely to volatility. So as we've seen equity and futures move higher, like we did for most of 2024, we saw volatility moving lower. Well, as we saw in the beginning part of January here and up till today, we've seen a very choppy equity market, and today's big declines saw volatility push higher. Now, it didn't get higher than the highs we saw after December FOMC, nor what we saw back in August of last year, but the biggest move we've seen in about a month. And as we saw volatility moving higher as Nasdaq futures were moving lower. Lastly, let's talk about what we have tomorrow. Tomorrow is Tuesday. We get the durable goods numbers, we get some housing data, and we get consumer confidence, but really the market, which is always forward-looking, we'll be looking ahead to Wednesday's FOMC announcement. Now, the Fed is not expected to be cutting rates. However, we will always be hanging on every word that Mr. Powell talks about at his post-meeting press conference. Likewise, after that, we get fourth quarter GDP and PCE to round out the week on Thursday and Friday. So Nasdaq futures make a big move lower, getting down 5% prior to the New York Open, then rallying higher and ending the day down about 2.8% at 21,300, ahead of tomorrow's durable goods, housing prices, as well as consumer confidence.